So why is our business called Diamond6? Why did you pick that name?
Yeah, that's kind of a unique story in and of itself. And it comes back to my time in the Army. And I did spend 30 years in the Army, and I was in the field artillery. And I commanded an artillery battalion during the Gulf War in 1990 and 91, which was without a doubt the most unique and perhaps the most stressful, certainly the most stressful leadership experience I had, where I had to deploy about 750 guys from Germany, that's where we were, to Saudi Arabia in December of 1990, and then move up onto the border between Iraq and Saudi Arabia in December of 1990, and then prepare. And we were part of the very first troops who went into Iraq. In fact, in many ways, I'm pretty well convinced we fired some of the first artillery rounds in the entire ground phase of that operation. I was able to, with the help of an enormous bunch of talented young NCOs, soldiers, and young officers, to go through that whole experience and being in combat. Had several guys get wounded but didn't lose anybody. And I always said that was through enormous leadership on their part in getting us through that. So as a consequence, I said, you know, if I ever create an organization of my own, I'm going to do something that remembers that significant event for me. Well, my radio call sign was actually Diamond6. And that comes from the way the Army does those things. They take a noun, in this case it was diamond, which had historically been ascribed to that particular unit. And 6 is the commander, 5 is the deputy commander, 4 is the logistician, 3 is your operations officer, 2 is the intel officer, and 1 is your personnel officer. So anytime you hear so-and-so 1, you know it's that organization's personnel officer. So I said, okay, with that in mind, I'm going to call this organization Diamond6, just to honor that outstanding bunch of soldiers and that very stressful experience that we had there in Southwest Asia.